today's video, I want to talk to you about my experience of applying to medical school a second time round after being rejected the first time round. Quite a few of you guys have asked me to make an update video, and especially if you've been around long enough and have kind of followed my journey from the last time I tried to apply to medicine, then you might have a few questions as to what I'm doing. Am I still applying? Spoiler, yes, I am. And, what am I doing differently this time to kind of increase my chances and all of that fun stuff. Now, I explained this more in a video I made not so long ago talking about why I didn't get into medicine and all of the mistakes I made, and you should give that a watch if you are applying to medicine because, dear God, please don't make the mistake I did. But because one of the primary reasons why I didn't get into medicine was because I did something really stupid and I didn't submit my references on time, meaning that my application was pretty much put to the side, I feel a little less disheartened because I feel like, maybe if they actually looked at my application, then maybe I would have had a chance. But to paraphrase the story here, I suppose, if you haven't watched that other video, when I made the application, I didn't realise that you have to attach your reference as you send it off. I thought it was the case where the university will contact your reference and they will ask for something later on. Now, because I did this silly, stupid mistake and it was the night before the deadline, honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. I had to submit my application without a reference, and the next morning, in a panicked state, I rang up all of my choices and said, this is what's happened, please can I send you my reference, I'm so sorry it's late, there was a mistake, blah blah blah. And they said no. They said because of the sheer number of applications that we get, we don't accept any late documents, which is completely fair enough. I also made quite a few other mistakes along the way, and those mistakes definitely limited the universities I could apply for. Again, I go into full detail in that other video, but basically my two top choices of university, King's College London and Oxford, I didn't even apply to the last time I made the application for various reasons. So even though it is quite a shame that I have been put back a year, a part of me feels a little bit relieved because I feel like, this year I can give it a lot more, whereas last year when I was applying, I was in the middle of my master's and I had all of these huge deadlines and I was stressed and I was overworked and I was busy and I was unenthusiastic. So again, I don't know if I'm trying to be positive and look at the silver linings of the situation, but there you go. It's a new year, I'm making another application, so yeah. But nonetheless, I really do implore you to watch that video and please don't make some of the mistakes I made. I honestly want the best for you guys. Anybody who tells me they have the dream to go and do medicine or something of the sort, I get you. I 100% get you. And if you can avoid making the mistakes I did, trust me, I will sleep better at night. And in fact, just because I'm really curious about this, if any of you guys are thinking about applying to medicine, then pause the video and leave me a comment telling me which stage of the medicine journey, if you like, you are on. Have you just finished your A-levels? Are you doing postgraduate medicine? Whatever you might be doing, wherever you may be at, let me know. We can start a little dialogue in the comments below. Okay, so now that you've left the comment, let's go back to when I first got my rejections, and I can take it from there and tell you what I'm doing differently this year, what has changed, and what I've been doing in the last year when I haven't been at medicine. Oh, I should say where I haven't planned to go and do medicine. Now, as I said, because of this whole referencing issue, I started to get my rejections pretty much immediately. But the silver lining of the situation, if you can call it that, is that at the start of November I started my new job. Now, my job is a research technician at King's College London, and I will be making a separate video about that, going into a bit more detail about what that consists of. But basically around this point it had been a couple of months since I had finished my masters. So I had finished my masters at the end of August and I was starting my job at the start of November. To give you a little bit of an overview about what my job consists of, but as I said I'll get into more detail in the other video, It is working as a research technician at King's College London within a cancer research group. Now, the interesting thing is, despite the fact that my role is a research technician, I spend probably 25% of my time doing things in the lab and doing academic work, and 75% of my lab, 75% of my time doing clinical-based stuff. That means talking to patients, consenting them for studies, talking to them about some of the work we're doing, coordinating some of our samples, taking blood, being involved with some clinical trial stuff. All of these amazing things that are very much up my street and very, very informative when it comes to going on to do medicine. And I'm telling you all of this because one of the best things about starting my job around the time where I was getting my rejections was that I was so excited about the work I was doing, and I was so busy going to lots of trainings and learning lots of new things and meeting lots of new people, that honestly I didn't have that much time to dwell over medicine. And again, I'm very grateful for that fact as well. In terms of the kind of things that I'm doing differently and what I'm doing outside of work, I'm still continuing to do my volunteering at Royal Trinity Hospice. Is it Royal Trinity or is it St Trinity Hospice? I'm getting the name wrong, but basically a hospice in London. I volunteer as part of their befriending scheme, and what this essentially is a scheme where you are matched with a patient who is quite isolated within the community, and you organise weekly visits. And pretty much every Sunday for the past year, I have been going and visiting this lovely elderly lady who I honestly consider a friend. And we sit and we have a chat and we kind of just talk about life and what's happening in our day-to-day lives. And I have briefly made a video about my volunteering experience at this hospice in another video, and I will link that down below. But I just want to emphasize the point again here that I started this volunteering as kind of a way for me to learn more about hospice patients and kind of help me with my medicine journey. But honestly, I cannot tell you how much this experience has kind of enriched my life and how much of a privilege it is to be able to help somebody else and spend time with somebody else and be welcomed into someone's home and into someone's life and feel like you are being there for somebody who just needs you to be there for a few hours for a chat. I can't tell you how great of a feeling that is. And I advertise this to absolutely everyone. If you guys have a few hours a week free, I only see my hospice patient maybe an hour to an hour and a half a week, and if you guys have that time, which I think you probably do, then I definitely say that please go and volunteer. Even if you don't want to do medicine, please go and volunteer. Apart from that, I haven't been doing too many work experiences in a hospital, and I did a lot more shadowing and going to see surgeries and sitting in clinics last year. But I think because I work in a hospital now and I get to see patients quite regularly in the clinics and when I go and chat to them about our research studies, I feel less of a need to kind of go and do those typical work experience weeks. But having said that, I'm so grateful for all of the experience that I did last year. I've also been trying to keep up my YouTube channel as kind of like my extracurricular activity, I suppose, that I can talk about in my personal statement. But I've pretty much just caught you up on everything that has kind of been happening since I got my first rejection. I have to say, despite everything, I am still hopeful and I am excited, and I keep telling myself this, and I hope that you guys might kind of find some comfort in it as well. And that is, I know how disheartening it can be to get rejections, but I just keep saying to myself that, look, you want this really badly, so just do all you can, take your steps, take your strides, and try and enjoy the journey while you can as well. I've also obviously been tucking into the delicious, horribly delicious meal that is UKCAT and BMAT examinations, but I'll make a separate video about those because I think there's just a lot to say, and I kind of want to talk to you about how I've been revising, what resources I've been using, how I've been managing my time, or not managing it, I should say. But I want to make a full video about that. so I won't bore you with the details of that just yet. So thank you for listening to my story. For any of you guys who are curious, I hope this satisfies your curiosity and answers your questions. And if you enjoyed this, then do give it a thumbs up because that would be brilliant. Also, my lovelies, do subscribe if you aren't already to come along this journey, and make sure to press the little bell icon to get a notification every time I upload. I want to wish you the best of luck whatever you may be doing, and until next time, take care and I'll see you later.